Hey guys, in today's video we're going to have a look at a PPGIS tool called QGIS. It is a mapping tool that we can import KML files and GeoJSON files like I spoke about in an earlier video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by going into my plugin management settings. We're just going to load that really quickly. And I'm going to type in Quick Maps Services. And I'm going to download this plugin. So this plugin gives me access to a bunch of different online maps like Google Maps, Bing Maps, Waze, and many others. So once I've done that, I'm going into the map settings, and these are all the different maps that you can import as a layer into your QGIS file. This is going to be the base layer for our Catch data so that we can visualize where all the pedestrian walkability data is mapped to. So I'm going to have a look at the Google terrain map first, and when we zoom into Australia you can see all of the terrain mapping as such. We'll have a look at another style of map as well. How it works is similar to other programs with a layering system, so you can switch the layers on and off and move them on top or below each other depending on how you want the map layout to be. We'll try a Waze map now, another different layout as well. So it's good to have a look at different styles of maps so that you can decide which kind you want to represent your data. So at the moment I'm going to try out the Waze map, and I'm going to zoom into Mildura, which was where our data was collected from. Then I'm going to go into my files, and I'm just going to grab the KML file and drop it right into the layers toolbar. This is then going to open it up in QGIS, so it does all the different components of the KML file. It doesn't let you select OK until you select what you want to actually insert into the file itself. So as you can see, it looks quite similar to the Catch diagram. I'm going to grab the GeoJSON as well and drop that in, and that puts in all of the line work of the streets that were mapped in the Catch file as well. So as you can see, there's a layering system as well with each different element of the file. And you can also go into each layer and customize colors and shapes of each component. So I'm going to change that to a gradient, and I'm going to go into the point form. You can change the color if you want, otherwise it gives you some presets down the bottom. So I'm going to try this little shape here, and it maps it out as such. And if I zoom in, it looks a bit nicer because the stars actually go smaller and you can see the gradient underlay. I'm just trialing out turning the layers off and on here so I can get a better visualization of the different components of the data as well. And I'm just going to zoom back out so I can trial some other styles of maps. So I'm going to try the Google satellite one to see if it makes a better representation of the data. Switching off the Waze map, so as you can see you get a better idea of the buildings and surrounding green spaces and roads. And I'm just going to try out another Bing map as well, see which satellite's better. And I think the Bing one is, so I'm going to stick with this one. So that's how I visualize my data in QGIS.